Welcome, Libra. If you are here right now, pay close attention, because the energy surrounding you on August 25th, 2026 is revealing something very interesting. Your name may be coming up in conversations you know nothing about, in places you have never been, and among people you may never have expected to be discussing you. And what they are saying is not all negative. In fact, this is a very mixed energy. Some people are admiring you. Some are curious about you. Some are jealous. Some are confused by you. And there is at least one person who seems genuinely shocked by the way you have changed. People are noticing that something about your presence is different now. You do not react the way you used to. You do not explain yourself the way you used to. You do not chase people the way you used to. And for some people, that change is extremely difficult to understand. There could be a conversation happening among a small group of people where your name suddenly comes up. This could involve coworkers, friends, relatives, mutual connections, or people who have known you for a long time. Someone may be asking, why are they so different now? Another person may say that you seem more distant. Someone else may say that you seem stronger. And another person may secretly admit that they actually admire you. That is the strange thing about the energy around you, Libra. People can have completely different opinions about you while still agreeing on one thing. You have changed. And this change is not necessarily something you announced. You did not need to tell everyone that you were becoming stronger. You simply started behaving differently. You became more selective with your time. You became more careful with your words. You stopped reacting to every little thing. And most importantly, you started understanding that not everyone deserves access to your energy. That realization has changed the way people see you. Someone who once thought they could easily influence you may now be realizing that they cannot control your decisions anymore. They may have tried to affect you through words, emotions, guilt, pressure, or expectations. But something shifted. You stopped allowing other people's reactions to determine your choices. And that is exactly what some people are talking about behind your back. They may say, you cannot control Libra anymore. And honestly, Libra, they are probably right. You have become much harder to manipulate because you are no longer desperate to be understood by everyone. You have realized that sometimes silence is more powerful than an explanation. Sometimes walking away is stronger than arguing. And sometimes protecting your peace is more important than proving that you were right. This is one of the biggest themes surrounding you on August 25th. Your boundaries are becoming noticeable. People are realizing that you no longer tolerate disrespect the way you once did. But what makes this even more powerful is that you do not necessarily fight about it. You simply remove yourself. You stop participating. You stop responding. You stop giving someone the reaction they were expecting. And that can be incredibly powerful. There is someone who may be especially bothered by this because they remember a version of you that was easier to influence. They remember when you tried to keep the peace at any cost. They remember when you over-explained yourself. They remember when you cared deeply about whether people approved of you. But that version of you is fading. You are beginning to understand that your self-respect has to come first. And people are noticing. Some are calling it confidence. Some may call it coldness. Some may even accuse you of thinking you are better than everyone else. But Libra, do not automatically believe those accusations. Sometimes people interpret your boundaries as arrogance simply because they benefited from you having none. Think about that. When you stop giving someone unlimited access to you, they may suddenly call you selfish. When you stop allowing someone to disrespect you, they may call you difficult. When you stop chasing someone, they may say that you no longer care. But perhaps the truth is much simpler. You finally started caring about yourself. And that is why your energy feels so different. There is also a strong indication that someone is talking about how observant you have become. You may be much quieter than people realize. You may not comment on everything you notice, but you notice. You listen. You watch people's actions. You remember what they say. and you notice when their behavior does not match their words. Some people may even think you know more than you openly admit. They may wonder how you seem to notice things without anyone telling you. Someone may say that you act quiet, but you see everything. And Libra, that observation may be closer to the truth than they realize. Your experiences have taught you to pay attention. You have learned from situations that did not always go the way you wanted. You have learned to recognize patterns. You have learned that actions often reveal more than words. And because of that, people may find it increasingly difficult to hide their true intentions from you. There could also be someone around you who is nervous because they suspect you already know what they have been saying. They may act completely normal when they see you. They may smile. They may talk to you casually. But internally, they could be wondering, does Libra know? This could be someone from your social circle, workplace, family, or even someone from your past. And the reason they feel uncomfortable is because they underestimated your awareness. They thought you were not paying attention. They were wrong. Another powerful part of this message involves someone coming to your defense. Your name may come up in a conversation where somebody tries to describe you unfairly. But another person may speak up. They may explain that the story being told about you is not accurate. They may remind others of who you really are. And this is important because it shows that not everyone believes the negative things they hear about you. Some people respect you more than they openly show. There may even be someone who seems cold or distant toward you in person, but privately speaks positively about you. They may tell mutual friends that you are intelligent. They may say that you are stronger than people realize. They may admit that they respect the way you handle difficult situations. So do not assume that every quiet person around you is against you. Some people simply do not know how to express their admiration directly. There is also an important message around your work and determination. Someone may be talking about how hard you work. Someone may finally be recognizing that you actually put effort into what you do. If this connects with your career, studies, business, or personal projects, August 25th could bring a moment where your abilities are recognized more clearly. You may have been underestimated. Someone may have believed that you were replaceable. But with time, they could realize that your contribution was much more valuable than they understood. You may even have someone from your past realizing that losing your presence was a bigger loss than they expected. That is not something you need to celebrate or prove. Your results will speak for themselves. Financially, this energy encourages you to stay focused and avoid comparing yourself with other people. Do not let somebody else's progress make you question your own. Your path is moving according to its own timing. Be thoughtful with your decisions, especially when it comes to money, work opportunities, or commitments. You do not need to rush simply because somebody else appears to be moving faster. Your strength is consistency, and that consistency can eventually create something much bigger than a temporary success. Now, Libra, there is also a strong romantic message here. Someone may be talking about how attractive they find your energy. It may not simply be about physical appearance. They may be attracted to your confidence, your independence, your creativity, your ability to remain yourself without desperately seeking approval. Someone could be surprised that they are becoming more interested in you precisely because you are not chasing them. For some Libras, this may involve someone unexpected. For others, it could involve someone from the past who has noticed that you are no longer emotionally available in the same way. A past connection may be wondering why you became so distant. They may tell others that you are no longer the same person. And perhaps they are right. You are not the same person. But that does not mean something is wrong with you. It means you learned. You grew. You experienced things that changed your priorities. And now you know what you will and will not accept. If you are single, do not allow someone else's attention to make you abandon your standards. If someone wants to be part of your life, let their actions demonstrate their intentions. You do not have to chase. You do not have to convince. You do not have to prove your worth. The right people will recognize it. There is another group of people who may be talking about your resilience. They may remember difficult periods in your life. They may remember when things looked uncertain. They may remember when you were struggling emotionally or questioning your direction. And now they see you standing again. Stronger, calmer, more focused, more aware. Some people may genuinely wonder how you managed to get through everything. They may say, "How did Libra survive all of that and still come back stronger?" That is something you should give yourself credit for. Because sometimes your greatest achievements are not the things other people can see. Sometimes your greatest achievement is simply becoming someone who no longer allows the past to control the future. You may have gone through a period where you needed distance from people. You may have spent time alone. You may have stepped away from certain friendships, relationships, family dynamics, or environments. And that distance may have been necessary. Your graceful exit from certain situations is something people are noticing. You did not necessarily make a dramatic announcement. You simply reached your limit. You made a decision. And you walked away. That decision may have confused people who expected you to keep returning. But you did not. You chose peace. You chose yourself. And now people are talking about that decision. Some may even secretly wish they had the same courage. There could be someone watching your transformation and thinking, "If Libra could walk away from that, maybe I can too." That is powerful. Because your journey may be inspiring someone without you even knowing it. Not everyone talking about you is malicious. Some people are simply observing. Some admire your transformation. Some are learning from your strength. Some are realizing that the version of you they underestimated was never the complete picture. And this brings us to one of the most important messages for August 25th. You are becoming difficult to define. People cannot put you into the same box anymore. You can be kind without being weak. You can be peaceful without being passive. You can be confident without being arrogant. You can walk away without being hateful. You can love someone and still decide that they no longer belong in your life. You can forgive someone without giving them the same access to you again. That level of emotional maturity is something people notice. And yes, some people will be uncomfortable with it, especially those who benefited from the old version of you. Someone may even be jealous of the peace you have created. They may look at your life and wonder how you became so calm. They may see you moving forward while they feel stuck. But remember, Libra, their feelings are not your responsibility. You do not need to make yourself smaller so somebody else can feel comfortable. You do not need to hide your progress. You do not need to apologize for becoming stronger. And you certainly do not need to return to an old version of yourself just because someone misses having access to you. On August 25th, 2026, let this be your reminder. You are allowed to change. You are allowed to grow. You are allowed to become more selective. You are allowed to protect your peace. You are allowed to stop explaining yourself. And you are allowed to walk away from anything that repeatedly makes you question your own worth. So if people are talking about you, let them. Some will misunderstand you. Some will admire you. Some will envy you. Some will defend you. Some will secretly wish they had your courage. But none of their opinions determine where your life is going. Your future is being shaped by your choices. And right now, your energy is saying that you are entering a period where self-respect matters more than outside approval. You have already survived things that once seemed impossible. You have already outgrown people and situations that once felt permanent. And you are still here, still moving, still learning, still becoming. So, Libra, do not waste August 25th worrying about every conversation happening behind your back. Instead, ask yourself one question. Am I proud of the person I am becoming? If the answer is yes, keep going. Because the people who truly matter will not need rumors to understand your value. They will see it through your actions. They will see it through your consistency. They will see it through the peace you carry. And most importantly, you will see it within yourself. If this message resonates with you, take a moment to like the video and share your thoughts in the comments. You can even leave a simple red heart if you feel that this message describes something happening in your life right now. Libra, August 25th is not about proving everyone wrong. It is about proving to yourself that you can choose peace, protect your energy, and continue becoming the person you were always capable of becoming. Let them talk. Let them wonder. Let them watch. You have a life to build, and your story is still being written. Take care of yourself, Libra, and remember, your silence, your boundaries, your growth, and your peace can speak louder than anything you could ever say.